Hey there,
Hi,
how are you today?
we are very good, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing good. How was your day so far?
It's been great.
It's been good. Actually, we are at our rehearsal studio right now, just practicing for the next show.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So, your upcoming album, Nothing Is Good, is scheduled to be released on August 13th. So, can you tell me a bit about the songwriting and production behind this album?
Um, the songwriting itself, I think it came quite. It came during the lockdown period we had in
Yes.
Europe, where I think it started in March 2020, and we weren't able to work at all. So basically, I just sat down and started writing what eventually became the riffs for Nothing Is Good.
Yeah. So this is Christian. He plays the guitar, and I play the drums. Andreas.
Good to
Just
see,
so
good to
you.
see you. Yeah.
So, but most of like when we went into the studio, some of the writing was done there as well. So
Mhm.
some additions were made with our producer Peter. Yeah.
I think like a lot of the instrumentals were done before we went to the studio, but a lot of the lyric and songwriting in that sense were finished in the studio.
Mm.
Because everybody in the bands kind of pitch in
Mhm.
with the songwriting process regarding the lyrics.
Mm.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And did you guys put some kind of concept inside this album?
Mm. I think the concept of Right Away was in the album, and I think that just materialized better with this album than it did
Yeah.
with the EP. So
Yeah.
it's basically just how Right Away thinks, I guess.
Yeah, like you could guess like the themes around this album is pretty much acknowledging that there is a lot of shit that's bad, but also accepting that sometimes you can't really do shit about it. And then I think there's a lot of songs who like take some kinds of everyday situations you can have with your circle of people or people you don't like or politics, and then in the lyrics it's more like it's not specifically pointed at something, but
Mhm.
more a general feeling of feeling what do you call it
Hopeless.
hopelessness, like of hopeless and hopelessness.
Mm.
Sounds
Basically.
good. Sounds good. And you guys are known for being brutal on stage. So, and you guys are so powerful. So, how do you feel like when you go and do your thing on the stage?
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Could you repeat the question?
I was asking, like, you guys are known for being brutal. You're the vocals and you're a brutal machine. So, how does it feel to be on the stage when you perform in front of the people?
Oh, it feels great.
It's
I
always fun.
I think most metal and hardcore bands love being loves to play in front of people and like showing what they've got and what material they've written. So I think we share that joy with a crazy amount of bands, I guess.
I think that what makes Runaway stands out
Mhm.
in sense of live performance is that we encourage people to really don't give a fuck about where you are or what time it is or the job you have to go to tomorrow, and really like we have like this slogan called make stage dives great again.
Mhm.
And that's also because we want to move and push the hardcore scene in Denmark in general. So yeah, of course we have to follow up that ourselves. So we are pretty crazy on stage, I would say. There's a lot of movement, especially.
We're just trying to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds great. Sounds great. And this being your debut full-length album, so
Mhm.
how like you have almost like completed it, and how is the feeling? How do you feel about the outcome?
We are very proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing. When we started writing it, that wasn't exactly what we were meant to do, but uh, like the album that came out on the other side,
Mhm.
we could not been more proud of, I guess.
No, exactly. Very proud. I think what makes the album stands out from the EP album is way more like old school metallic kind of sound of a hardcore feeling than the EP is more of a like blackened Nordic hardcore sound. And this album is definitely more accessible for the listener, I think.
I would say I think our first EP was more of an attempt to like find what kind of sound we wanted.
Yeah.
And the album is more generic hardcore, I would say, because it's much the same, but it but still has very good energy as the same energy as we had on the EP.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're very excited to
and it's way more easy to play live as well. It's not as difficult
no.
playing the new stuff, so that's good too.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good. And you guys got signed with Last Mile Records. So how did that happen?
That happened because Jimmy from Last Mile Record approached us, and we're like, it was pretty organic. He was just like, "Hey guys, I think your music is pretty dope, and I'm starting this new record label. Would you like to be the first signing of the record label?" And then we had a couple of what do you call it? Not discussions, but we were discussing the contract a little bit back and forth, and then eventually we found a common ground zero, if you could call it that, in regards of what we wanted and what he wanted.
We're just pretty excited that someone wanted to sign us to his label. So we have a good connection to Jimmy after we signed with him. So we're
his first baby.
Yeah, we're happy and proud that we could be a part of Last Mile.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And can you guys tell me how Rodaway actually started and how did you all got together?
Okay, so I was on tour with a Danish black metal band called Hexes back in 2019 and 18. And I came home from a show. I played a show, and then the next day I flew home to Copenhagen, and I went to a festival in Copenhagen with my friend. And while I was on tour, I got very inspired by the bands we supported and the bands that supported us. So when I was at that festival, I called up Ole, our bass player, and asked him if he wanted to start a band with me. And he said, yeah, he would love. We started writing the EP, and a month later, Andreas, he joined. And yeah, so when
I kind of forced myself into the band.
Yeah, you did.
Because Christian showed me some of the ideas. Yeah. Because me and Christian used to play in a melodic hardcore band before that, and but we split up, and then we hadn't played music for a long time. And then Christian showed me some of the ideas for Rodaway, and I was like, dude, you gotta let me play drums on that. It sounds so cool.
Yeah.
And then yeah. And then how much longer for Jonathan? It was almost a half a year, I think.
Well, I think Andy, he spilled the beans in front of you, Jonathan, and then he wanted to join as well. So it was pretty organic, pretty ordinary band story, I guess.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And can you guys share some of the great moments you had over the years?
The first show we ever played, the secret show at Ungdomshuset, like the youth house in Copenhagen, like this kind of punker squad. We had our very first show before we even had a Facebook or anything, just to like test out if it felt great playing shows together and stuff like that. So we called it the secret show because no one knew we were playing. None of our friends knew we were playing. And I think that was a really great memory for me, because like the crowd really loved it. I think that our ideas translated very well in a live show. and that's definitely one of the greatest memories for me.
Yeah, we haven't played that many shows yet because of the pandemic
Yeah.
for us, as it should have been for a lot of bands. But so we don't have that many shows under the belt, but the ones we've had has been very fun. I would say I think all the shows we've played is the greatest memory we have so far, and the album as well.
Yeah. Also, the music video that's coming out on Friday, this Friday, I also think was very fun to make. It's
Yeah.
gonna be very cool to see what people, how people
It's not
accept it, or what you say.
it's not the what do you say? It's not
It's not your average hardcore
yeah,
band music video.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit darker.
It's a bit more theatric.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of good memories.
Sounds good. And you guys have any plan for the release day of the album?
Yeah, here in Denmark, the restrictions are kind of weird. So we thought that we could release the day after we release worldwide on the internet with our album, but
Yeah.
it's not. It doesn't seem like it's possible right now for us to get the show we want on release day.
No, we're gonna push our release party show for September, because it looks like the restrictions in September is gonna be more open to like playing a real show where people can march and stage dive and have fun, right? Otherwise it would be like a sit down show.
Yeah,
we don't want that.
We want the show to be very Runaway-ish. So we would like a small space with a lot of people and just have people have fun and go nuts, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's the plans for the release party.
And post restrictions, do you have planned any kind of touring?
We do not have any tour plans
No.
right now. We would love to have some, but it depends on our booker and our label.
Yeah, we just got a booker.
Yeah.
From with it, like it's in house in the label.
So
we'll see.
we would love to have some tours. So hit us up if you have any, any offers.
And how is the support from Denmark for the band?
Like in general, or
In general,
for us?
for you guys.
Okay.
It's been great.
It's been very great. It's been good. Yeah. I think there's not a lot of hardcore bands in Denmark. There used to be a lot, but they've all grown up and gotten kids and
played
and or gotten adult jobs or something like that. So there's not a lot of hardcore bands left. So I think the small amount of hardcore bands there are, they get a lot of attention from the surrounding like people. So I would say we're very supported by our fellow countrymen, I guess. And also the bands from other genres are very good at like showing the support and coming to shows and stuff like that. Because
But also I think we like the support is good also because everybody in the band of Runaway has played in a lot of other like big underground bands. So everybody kind of knows each other in the scene in Denmark, especially in Copenhagen. Everybody kind of knows each other in the metal and the hardcore scene. So it's pretty much the same people who comes to the shows, unless it's like a big show where you have a support gig. But the people who come are very supportive and always buys merchandise and are always keen to hear what kind of new shit is on the way and shit like that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Also, we had support from Benjamin of the radio station on Radio Loud. He's also pretty happy with us.
Yeah.
And what would be the next plans for the band?
Write new music,
play
some shows.
First off, play some shows, I think.
Yeah. Well, we can do both those things.
Yeah.
Uh,
Festivals.
Yeah, we want to play some festivals as well, like Copenhagen, if you know that one. We
Yeah.
would like to play, and
Roskilde.
Roskilde Festival as well, and
Mhm.
all the big European metal fest like Eberfest and
Outbreak
Hellfest,
Fest.
and
And the biggest dream is to play This Is Hardcore in Philadelphia. That would definitely be that would be the craziest shit ever. So if we have any bookers out there, listen, please book us to This Is Hardcore in Philly.
That's great. Sounds great. And guys, finally, what would be the message that you want to give to the fans and to the people who are going to watch this video?
and yeah, nothing is good.
What do you think about this next video coming?
Yep.
I think it doesn't really have it definitely has a theme in the music video, but it doesn't necessarily translate to what we're about. But it's more like we just wanted to make a really cool music video. If you could say it like that. It's more like it was your idea from the start in terms of what it should be, right? But
Well,
am I totally wrong? You can always just
Well,
correct me.
I don't know. I got the idea, I think. Where if we're talking about the music video.
Yeah, we're talking about the video coming on Friday.
Yeah, I had an idea, and then we all came together and made it something to be proud of. I guess.
Yeah.
So it's not solely my.
No, of course not. But there's no real mission.
No, it's just
with the music video.
It's just for fun.
It's just fun and gags.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And any messages for the fans?
If we have any in Canada,
Yeah,
surrounding area, we would like to say keep spinning our music, I guess,
and make stage dives great again.
Yeah. Greetings from Denmark.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And guys, thank you so much for your time today. And thank you so much for the new album and the music you guys are giving to us, the music world. Thank you so much for that. And it's been a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And you have a great evening out there. Bye-bye.
Bye.